Hi everybody, it's time for your Farm and Ranch news. Well, the United States has reopened its market to fresh Brazilian beef exports effective immediately. And the news is being met with lots of opposition from the entire U.S. beef cattle industry. Now, the U.S. stopped Brazilian fresh beef imports in June of 2017, alleging that some of those shipments failed to pass food safety checks. Kent Backus is the NCBA's Senior Director of International Trade and Market Access and says, like a lot of others, the NCBA has serious concerns about the re-entry of Brazilian beef back into the U.S. market. Even though imports are set to start immediately, Reuters reports there are some necessary steps to be completed, including the Brazilian government sending a list of beef packers approved to export into the United States. In some other news, sugar growers from across the country are headed to Capitol Hill this week to defend America's no-cost sugar policy, and they're even armed with some brand new data findings. Consumers still believe that U.S.-made sugar is affordable. According to a new survey, 63% of Americans still believe that sugar isn't expensive at all. But the survey also found that the average consumer believes that sugar producers receive $1 for every pound of sugar they produce. In reality, though, that number is significantly lower, with wholesale prices averaging about 36 cents a pound of refined sugar last year. And sugar farmers like those right here in Montana and Wyoming only receiving about half of that 36 cents. The good news? The survey did find that 67% of Americans still prefer to buy homegrown American sugar and still support our U.S. farmers. Stay with us. We'll have more ag news right after this. FFA Week, and as we've been mentioning, more than 700,000 FFA members across the country, including right here in our region, will be sharing the great story of agriculture this week. Carolyn Rader is Montana's state FFA president and says FFA chapters are planning lots of activities this week that promote agriculture, and they promote agricultural education, leadership, and of course, lots of ag advocacy.
A lot of chapters focus on service activities, staff appreciation at their schools, and also some outreach things, so like visiting with elementary school programs or middle school programs to recruit FFA members. And basically it's just time to recognize FFA across the nation.
And to learn more about National FFA Week, you can visit the National FFA Organization's website at ffa.org. And finally, according to KUNC Radio, a Utah Republican state lawmaker is pushing a new resolution condemning its neighbor, Colorado, if voters down there decide to pass a November ballot initiative to reintroduce gray wolves into the Southern Rockies. Bill sponsor Representative Logan Wilde says Colorado shouldn't put the public in charge of this kind of decision, and worries that wolves will cross the border and enter neighboring Utah. Wolves were first reintroduced into the greater Yellowstone area, including Idaho, Montana, and Wyoming, more than 20 years ago. That does it from the Ag Desk. Have a great day.